West Alliance community. How y'all doing today? What's up, buddy?
Ah, another morning, another good morning. So we've made it. We're up. We might be a
We
little tired,
yeah,
but
we might be running a little slow, but we're here. I'm
yep,
I I was telling Travis in the pre-roll, I'm only 2 hours behind.
only. I feel like I just rolled out of bed and came downstairs and started this up.
Well, you're in a
Uh,
little bit different time zone. I'm in Central, so I'm usually rolling about 4:30. You're usually rolling 5:30 ish, and yeah, it's 6:50 my time. And I woke up 10 minutes ago. So
we'll
it be like
power
that
through this.
sometimes.
Yep. Hey, at least you're. Whenever you have days like that, we don't give up. We just power through it. We know we got obligations. We gotta power through and give some good information to the community, and yeah, it is what it is.
100%. 100%. Yeah, I had a day like that yesterday. I was out riding the bike, and next thing I know, it is downpouring. It dumped like 6 inches in what felt like 10 minutes. I mean, it was just.
I know. I saw those pictures that Bobby posted, on the Facebook group,
Oh, yeah.
because they're getting hammered in St. Louis, and
Yeah.
it's like, here in Denver, we've gotten a little sprinkle, a little bit of rain in the afternoon, and that was about it. Like, nothing crazy, but
Yeah, and I was in Atlanta all week, and I mean, it was like, it's like a desert out there. We had one day where it was like there was a lightning storm, and then a little break, and then a and then the rest of the week it was like nothing.
yeah.
Oh man, almighty! So I think today we're gonna talk about one more. Have you read Ed Milet's new book?
No.
Oh man, oh man, it's a good one. It is a good one. I've been following Ed Milet for probably about 4-ish years now. Um, and he's always been big on the one more, one more, one more. And it's not like to an extreme, right? Like it's always kind of like if you're at the gym, just do one more set. If you're on the phone reaching customers, just call one more customer, right? Like it doesn't have to be anything like big and grandiose. A lot of times it's just this little one more. So it's really good. And how that pertains to leaders. I've enjoyed the book. If you haven't picked it up on Audible, well worth the listen. I was listening to that as I was getting downpoured on yesterday.
Yeah, I'll definitely pick that up. I think a lot of that, just to do that one more. It's in life, like, you don't want to do, like things. You don't want to go to the gym, but it's like you kind of have to. You don't want to sometimes wake up and work, but you have to. Kind of pushes that mindset, on you on doing things that you just don't want to do because there's things all day long that I don't want to do, but I need to do, and I push myself to get it done.
Well, and as leaders, he talks about it in the book. One more leaders bring on one more person, and they help them achieve their dream. Who bring on one more person who help them achieve their dream, right? Like so, you're multiplying that power of one more by one more person and helping them achieve their dream. It's uh, it's a really neat concept for sure. So let me go back and just do the hellos, and then I'll pray us in, and we'll launch deeper in. Kyle, good morning. Hope it is a great one. Alex, hello. I don't know about gentlemen this morning, but we're men this morning. Good morning, Rob, our favorite Samsung rep. George, always good to see you. I don't know who this is, but morning.
Good morning.
Click the button. We'll know who you are. Chris, good morning, my brother. Hope you are enjoying that vacation. I saw some natty light over there. Man, natty light. Oof. As long as you're enjoying, brother. As long as you're enjoying. Good morning, Adam. I don't think I've met you yet, but I've seen you following along. Good morning. Andrew, always good to see you, buddy. It's good morning. It's a good morning. All right. Praise Him. Dear Father, we thank you for this day. And we pray if there's anyone out there like us today, just having a little bit of a slow start. Father, be with them. Help give them that energy to do one more, to love their customers well, to care for their customers, and to be who their families and teams need them to be. Father, we pray that you be with each of us today and that you help us set our eyes on helping and loving and serving our communities, that we would be a light in the world. Pray this all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, so it was really funny. I was reading, I've been reading Chase the Lion, which is a book about like dreams and whatnot and turning dreams into like actions, right? So dreams without actions are just that, like they're dreams. But once you apply action, then they become goals, right? And dreams that don't include others or don't help others hit their dreams are just like they just fall flat, you know. And then I started listening to Ed Milet's book, The Power of One More, and I went, well, there it is. There it comes full circle.
Yep.
Bring one more person along. And I feel like you've done that pretty well as well, right? Like within your business, who you look for people that are looking for breakthrough within your business. Let's talk about
Yeah.
that.
You always got a dream, you know. I would dream that, my company can have 30 plus technicians, and everyone be successful and and have a good career, is my goal. Just be happy. There's a lot of work environments that aren't like, I would say, aren't that great, and I'm making sure that my work environment is fantastic and people like to go to work, and how many technicians I can kind of touch and change their lives and stuff like that and give them a new career, and teach them well, is I love it. I love seeing growth, technicians, um, I want to make it where I've had a lot of growth in technicians where they open up their own business, and it's like, well, I'd like to see growth and then be able to retain those technicians too, where they, maybe they can stay a little bit longer before they open their business, you know. But I love, I don't know, I like training new people. I just love like the process, in like this line of work, and seeing them starting from not really knowing how to do that much in this appliance industry to where they can become an owner, an operator, and be a heck of a technician. So I'm always trying to empower, my technicians and stuff like that, and change things while we go along. Is always always what I try to do. Not perfect, but every day I try to improve. And I know you probably did the exact same thing, on your business too. Um,
Now, yes. Which leads me to my next question. Like, so as you're building your business, And this is one of the principles that was kind of hammered into us over the weekend. And I mean, really, it's in Ed Milet's book as well. Like he talks about this too. You know, I hear you saying, "Oh, I hope they'll stay before they go and build their own company." But one of the questions as leaders we have to ask ourselves is, are we helping people build their dreams? Are we helping them achieve their goals? Because if we are, guess what? They're not going to go anywhere. They're not. Because if we are helping people achieve the things, their hopes, their dreams, their goals, they're not going to go anywhere. They're not. If you're an employee, a technician out there, and you are where you are, can I ask you to evaluate that today? Is that, I mean, like, are you more than likely you've stayed for a reason? And it's not because you can't find another job, because the job market is in favor of employees right now. It really is. And that's kind of an encouragement to you owners out there. Know your people. Learn your people. Learn what their hopes and dreams are. Help them achieve that. You have an amazing vehicle, right? Like as service technicians and service business owners, you have an amazing vehicle to provide a future for people, to help them achieve their goals, their dreams. Maybe they do want to be sitting on the beach like our buddy Chris, right? Or Jay, right? we tease Jay, but you know, uh, maybe that's what they want, or maybe they just want to be able to provide medical, like insurance for their family, right? Maybe that's they just have that little dream of being able to do that. I know when we started out that I would love to achieve that. I still don't have health insurance. I'm working my way that way. Health insurance is ridiculous.
It's it's a little bit of a ripoff too. I swear. Like that's the one industry that needs reform. Like it's nothing nothing makes me want to jump out and spend about 2 grand a month and then have a $10,000 deductible every single year for my family when a few things a year happen and I can pay cash and I could be well under that. It like it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like,
Eh.
I wish they had, and they might, have like a special insurance for like catastrophic stuff. Like, hey, it's way cheaper, but it only kicks in when it's like, a crazy medical expense where you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, at the hospital and stuff like that. But
And
other than
even
that,
then, you can negotiate that out to the point where you're paying less than you're paying
yeah,
insurance. And here's the thing: we being a health coach, like I have a totally different perspective on this. Health insurance, we really just our entire health and medical industry is set up to perpetuate disease instead of prevent it. Uh, it's reactive instead of proactive, and that drives me insane. Which whole nother realm of things. But I I went down this rabbit hole because I was thinking back to like our early married years, and my goal was like, hey, can I provide health and medical insurance for my family? Right. Like, so I was putting myself back in that technician shoes. Right. Um,
and those are better because then your premiums sometimes, depending on your business that you're with, are way less. Which it's like, if it's only like $100 coming out of your check every week, or something like, big whoop. But being
right.
running your own business and trying to get health insurance, different story.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother elephant. But I mean, so like the end point of this is like, what do you know your team? Do you know what their hopes and dreams are? Do they even know how to dream? Because we're in the middle of making dream boards for us, like just putting it up on a wall. Because one of my dreams, it's a series of dreams. I want to bring my family on adventures across the country. Um, I want to gather with some community across the country. I have a friend who runs 3 gyms in Washington, Idaho area, and I want to see him. And part of that is as we go across, I want to do the Pikes Peak. Again, I haven't done that since I was a kid. And then I want to do. There's a really cool run. It's a half marathon across the Golden Gate Bridge, and beyond just like my family wanting to see the Gate Bridge and me wanting to run across the Golden Gate Bridge because that's freaking cool. They shut it down and you can like do this half marathon across it. Um, but beyond that, like then I want to make that a charity run. Like, what does it look like to support um, to support someone else through my dream, right? Like, what's that power of one more? Um, but in that, like, if you scroll back 3-4 years, I had no idea how to dream. I had no idea how to set goals, man. Like my dreamer was broken. And maybe some of you technicians out there, maybe some of you even service business owners, you're just so stuck in the grind and the hustle and the, you know,
Yep.
I gotta make this happen, right? That pull it up by your bootstraps crap that you don't know how to dream, that you don't know how to engage others. Man, connect with someone today. Connect with someone today and let them know that that's what you got going on. And yeah. See, I've done Pikes Peak. I thought it was really cool. We did the Cog Railway, which was neat, and then we drove it. That was when it was still gravel. I will never in my life forget that, because as we're going up before they paved it, no, there was a grader and his butt was hanging, like he had the whole back end of the tractor off because there wasn't much room as you're snaking up these roads. So he's got the back end of it and he's sitting there eating a sandwich, and my dad's going, he's gonna fall off the mountain. Like, my dad is terrified of heights, so like yeah, it
And that's
stuck
an
with me.
incline too. I haven't yet done it, but I've driven past it a few weeks ago. It was busy. It gets packed now, and
Yeah.
it's that's an insane incline. Whenever you're kind of far off, you're like, huh, what is that? It's like, oh, that's Pikes Peak. It's like, it's like,
Uh-huh.
woo.
Yeah, and well, so we got stopped. We were in a 15 passenger van. We got stopped on the way down because brakes overheated. Like, they shoot temperatures, and it's like, nope. You're gonna go take a pause. Those brakes need to cool. We don't need you flying off the mountain. And
That's
then to Alex's point, there's crazy people like that. What is that? That Benny, the crazy racers that like drift or whatever. Yeah, those guys race up
yeah.
that like madmen. Anyway, yeah. So back to dreams. Um, so are you helping people achieve their dreams? Are you opening them up to the world of possibilities, or are you yourself being awakened to the possibilities of what a service business can do for you? I don't know, but
Yeah,
I
that's one
hope
thing that
so.
yeah. I mean, that's one thing too, that I want to even get better at. I'm making pretty big changes in my business right now, and I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, like last week and stuff, but I always want to change, and try something different, to see if it betters something. That's one thing. I'm not scared to try something different. And if you are that person that's scared to try something different, just do it. You know, I personally, like a lot of people know, like I use Rossware for our dispatching software and all of that. And we're switching over to Service Titan, which isn't crazy on the appliance side of things, and I feel like there again, they're like stuck in the stigma that appliance repair does not make that much money, but of course we do HVAC, so we can, we're able to get set up with them. And I wanted to have some talks with them, kind of like higher up, like, why don't you guys do for appliance companies like you do landscapers? They could, you can do HVAC, plumbing, electrical, they have landscapers, garage doors, but no appliance repair,
Do you,
is in their deal.
do you have a connection over there yet?
Um, I will very soon,
Well,
and
I do, and I'm willing to like network you guys. Tyson Freeman is a friend of mine. I had a chance to sit and he's kind of like
is he up there with them?
he's yeah, oh yeah.
That's cool.
Him and his former boss are both Service Titan people, and his former boss grew a company in California to something like 30 million a year. I mean, stupid numbers, and they're still going.
If they go off the platform that Service Titan does, they don't hold back on the money. So
No,
that's the only, that's what I liked about Rossware is once it was paid off, it was depending on how big your company was, 3 or 6 grand, or at least that's what it used to be. I don't know if they've gone up. And I feel like that's what holds it back though, too, is, once it's paid off, it's paid off. Then you just pay some miscellaneous, admin fees and stuff like that. It's nothing like paying for the actual software. Um, but Service Titan, on the other hand, which you can't really get the pricing online, and I think because they don't want to scare you off, but it's $2.99 each month per tech, so it adds up. And I don't know if they give a discount for big companies that have 20 techs rolling. They may not. um,
it's not no. And I mean, because like they basically say if you don't have X number of technicians, we don't want to talk to you. We
yeah,
don't like you, we don't care. You are not our customer. And they straight
yeah,
up say it. So like there's something that you need to, I mean, you know, there's
yeah. Free.
something as a business owner, there's a good lesson there is not every customer is your customer. And if you know who your customers are, then
They're
that's who you
straightforward.
need
Yeah.
to cater to. Yeah. Don't mess
I
around.
tried. I tried to get started up with them last year at this time, and then I had COVID, and I was going through all their trainings, which I do like that they have like a 3 week period where it's just Zoom meetings and training to know the software. They don't, and then of course they have like their, they have like where you can go on and you can do their online courses that are pre-done and stuff like that. But they do well, they put you in a group of like 10, and they give you kind of one-on-one training on the software. It was just last year at COVID that killed my energy. That's all it did. It was kill my energy. And switching to software takes so much energy. So I kind of gave up on it. I was like, I'm gonna have to try this later. They weren't crazy happy, on that. But they were fine with it.
I mean, you got to do what you got to
But
do. If you can't focus on it, then you know.
yeah. And that's like one of my goals, and that's why I'm portraying really Service Titan because they have some formulas to make our average ticket higher because I want to, be able to have my technicians make more money, be able to kind of, not, we're going into these customers' homes and stuff like that, and we can provide even more service than just fixing just that one appliance or just that air conditioner that's, that needs to be fixed. We want to be a kind of one stop, shop. We want to go through and like my goal I'm thinking of things is like we want to go through and do like a safety analysis on their appliances, and other things too, like on flood safety, like so much at least here, so much stuff is hooked up to copper, dishwashers, the back of refrigerators, and those flood, and why don't we take a little bit extra time with the customer and try to sell them on like a membership stuff that we have to a few different stages on, and the technicians can go ahead and make extra money on making those sales, and provide extra services to the customer, and in result, the business makes a little bit more money, the technicians make a little bit more money, and the customers are happier.
I'm curious how long that business model is going to last, man. I was just reading an article yesterday, software as a service. I'm curious how long it is before people finally say just like pound sand. The article was actually on a Tesla thing that the guy bought the vehicle as whatever 90 amp hour, whatever they call it, 90 series 90, and somewhere like four customers before him, it was originally purchased as like a 60 or something like that. So they rolled it back. He's like, dude, it was badged a 90. I paid for it as a 90. Like, what are you? And they like took it away and were trying to charge him $4,500 for it. And so, but the whole point was like the software as a service. Like, I'm really curious how long before customers start pushing back on that, and I'm curious how long before. I mean, if you look at the HVAC industry, there's a lot of crap going on. And there's companies that do it really well, but there's a lot of companies that do not do this with the customer's best interest. They do these service agreements and service plans. And again, I'm curious how long that business model. I'm not saying it's going to go anywhere, but I'm curious before there's that level of pushback with customers paying something monthly. Personally, I've cut a lot of subscriptions because it just pisses me off. Like, Microsoft Office. Why should I have to pay for Microsoft Office every month? I'm glad they finally brought back you buy it one time and you got it. I see more of that coming. So I'm throwing that out there for people listening.
Yeah, I mean, and at the end of the day, it's not for everyone, and that's the thing, and it doesn't need to be pushed. You have those sleazy salespeople. We're just there to say, hey, this is extra stuff that we offer because we do appliances and heating and air conditioning. So, every appliance customer that we go to, we would love to turn into, a heating and air conditioning customer. That's why it's good to kind of get into multiple fields if you can, and especially that the HVAC field is even more profitable, than appliance field. But the downside on the HVAC field is you can't run as many calls as appliances. So your appliance can get you your foot in the door in more customers' homes, to then show that you provide, other services also. Um, and that's the main thing that I want to get at, is more so that they know what we do, and if they want us to get set up on doing the maintenance on their HVAC, that's mainly what their membership, the memberships were going to be for, is more priority service for that. Everyone knows, like, I offer a heck of a warranty, a 3-year part warranty, a 1-year labor warranty, on my stuff. And the main reason why I do that is so people, so customers can retain our services so they don't forget about me, because that is kind of dwindled, in certain areas. A lot of bigger cities and stuff like that, people don't have time, to, hey, what was that company that I used a little bit ago that I liked? No, they go on Google on their phone and they find, a top rated, company instantly, so it's harder to
Or
keep those
top
companies.
paying company.
Yeah, and
whoever
it's just,
pays the most for ad spend.
yeah, get right up there. Like, perfect. I'll call them the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and just other things to kind of offset that, it's just all what I'm trying to do as a business owner, is try to achieve it. It's hard.
I like the thought process, man. And it ties back to our original topic of the power of one more, right? Like you're using appliance to have that one more multiplier in there, right? Like it's
Mhm.
one more appliance customer, which means the possibility of one more HVAC or plumbing or whatever. Like you're using that one more multiplier beyond just like your team. You're using it for customers as well, which is really cool. Like it's a really cool way to do that. So those of you out there, like our original topic was power of one more. So what does it look like to make one more phone call? What does it look like to help one more person? What does it look like to bring on one more team member and help them achieve their dreams? What does it look like to whatever? Ed Milet's book, The Power of One More. Excellent book. Well worth a read or listen if you haven't yet. So just making sure we reiterate that as we're a half an hour into our little chat here, and we've followed a bunch of different rabbit trails. It happens.
Yeah, we're a little bit more tired this morning, so we kind of go off on our tangents.
A little more tired, and I'm always ADD, so you know, I'll follow any rabbit hole. But I read a really cool thing in that I was talking about Chase the Lion earlier, and again, this was just another thing that kind of solidified everything for me. If you see a turtle on a fence post, he didn't get there by himself. He had some help. Who can you help today? I thought that was really cool. I want a turtle on a fence post as some artwork in my office. It's just kind of like a reminder of like, see a happy little turtle on a fence post. Like he didn't magically just like, or climb up there by himself. There's no way a turtle got on a fence post by himself.
Yeah. And he needs to be helped to stay up there too. Once
well,
you get
he's
on the
got his
post,
little shell. He can just, kind of like, dude, I'm a turtle. I'm balanced.
Hey, and that's a reminder too. If you turn your back on the people that helped you get on that fence post, the fall down is pretty bad.
Down you go. Down you go. No, but I thought that was pretty cool as I was going through all that stuff and like, hey, that one more you're helping someone achieve what they were trying to achieve. So I thought that was pretty neat. Oh man. I don't like the only downside to travel is that like most of the time you end up, especially conferences, like your schedule is just it's sun up, sundown. I'm worn out.
Like, each time you go to one of those conferences, just remind yourself, hey, it's kind of like running an appliance repair. Your schedule is boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
You're going to fall out of that now, maybe a little bit.
Yeah. No, my days are, they're pretty, I have to time block and organize and all that stuff. Otherwise I'll just drift away and not get anything done.
We're going to miss you on this, at least you're still doing stuff, but we're gonna miss you being in the hustle with us, having to fix things and deal with crazy customers.
I still deal with some crazy customers, but generally they want to be here as opposed to appliance repair or HVAC where they really don't want you there at all. Like at all.
They want you there, but they don't want you there. They want you there so their stuff gets fixed, but they don't like the circumstance that they're in.
Yeah. They're not happy about the fact that they are paying you to be there. They're glad that you're there because you're going to fix it, but they don't like the fact that you're there. Like there's nothing about that situation is pleasant. So it's always good to love on those customers the best you can.
Exactly.
I need some time blocking in my life. Yeah. So another brother getting out of one end of the appliance world and into a different end, owned his own company and is now our favorite Samsung technical trainer rep. Yeah, time blocking's important, especially if you're the business owner. Time blocking is really important. You have to be able to get things done. Unless you're Travis, who's on the road all day. But I'm sure you have to time block too, because you still have office work to get done and a family.
good little balancing act.
Hmm.
We got an interview with someone today that is an in-person interview, so I might be hiring another technician. So
Oh, cool.
that'll be fun. His Zoom meeting was great, so we'll see. Do another in-person interview, and if I like him, I'll hire him. So
Nice.
get there, need more techs, and then I could be in the office more. Which is my goal. I can do more help if I'm not on the road every day.
So we'll take the last couple of minutes and kind of talk about that because we did open up with like dreams without action, right? It's just they're just dreams, like they're not. You know, you said it's goal, so it's just a dream until you have action steps to it. So obviously hiring one more tech, but what are your other action steps as far as getting off the road and moving into the office? What other actions are you taking?
A little bit of it is, hopefully, even having service tighten as an option might help a little bit, dispatching's dispatching, but, you know, that was another, it's not a goal to like get me off the road, but it was a goal because their analytics on the business is a little bit better on their software than Rossware. Um, a little easier to work with, which is just stuff that I want to focus on. And I really don't focus on like my numbers, minus like my average ticket, but really like nitty gritty, like profit loss, of my business on what each technician's running. Has me excited for that end whenever I do get off the road. But the main thing is to get off the road is I need to have technicians to fulfill, the time slots of and the customers that are coming in. So that's like the main goal is to get someone in, hire them, and get them in a truck, that is going to give good service. That's one thing that I look at that this guy is very personable, over, like the Zoom meeting. That's one trait that I always look at, is he super outgoing? Can he hold a conversation without me asking him questions? Does he kind of like we do on here, we kind of ramble sometimes and get off, on things and it's a super good trait on taking care of customers is you need to be able to communicate to them. And that's the hardest thing to train someone. If someone is not a talker, they're not going to be a talker in front of your customers, and some customers they don't not like the technician. They just don't get wowed by the technician, or they just might be like, oh, well, maybe they're not comfortable on like asking them because they get like one worded responses and stuff like that, so they're more standoffish with that customer and they don't feel like it's a friend in their home, that's fixing their appliance,
I
and that's
think
kind of
I think that depends on the customer though too. I was just reading an article about South Korean store that actually has like different shopping baskets for their customers. So like
uh-huh.
if you walk in and you want people to help you and approach you and talk to you, like it's like an orange color. And if you just like want to wander the store and like be left the heck alone and you don't want to have that conversation, it's like a black basket. I was like, that's actually kind of cool. I wish our customers were just like, hold the little sign. I want to have it because I'm sure you've encountered this. You have some customers that they enjoy the conversation. You have other customers that are like, bro, just fix my stuff and like peace out. And
Oh
not
yeah,
everyone's good at reading that.
yeah. If you get those one worded responses or hey, I'm going back to work, upstairs, holler if you need me, then you make those shorter, and got to read the room a little bit, if they're not engaging back, then shut up and do your job, but sometimes they like to look over your shoulder and see what you're doing. And it's like, well, if you're going to be here, we might as well talk, and make it not awkward, that you're just over my shoulder watching what I'm doing, which, is some people have an issue technician wise, some don't, I think it kind of helps you out looking even better, and someone is wanting to look over the shoulder saying, man, you really know what you're doing. This is actually difficult, and have a little bit of respect for what you're doing now because that's something I definitely can't do, and some techs take it the other way. I like shoe off.
it never bothered me having a customer watch me, but again, it's all in how you read people, and I think EQ is more important than anything else when you're hiring people. That's my personal opinion. You need your technicians, management. They need a very high EQ. They need to be able to read people, as we were saying. Um, because more than anything, like I feel like that's the most important skill in the service business is being able to have that high emotional intelligence to know if someone wants to be left alone or to know if someone wants that extra level of help. If someone's going through something, right, you can begin to connect with them, on that one-to-one level, a couple different ways, so
Oh yeah.
anyway, well, I'm gonna let you go, buddy. I gotta rest my voice before my next meeting. But it's been fun chatting with you as always.
Definitely.
Maybe next time we'll be a little more awake. We'll see. I'll drink a little more coffee beforehand or something.
We'll still go off on our tangents, but
Yeah,
it's
well,
fine.
tangents
Thank,
are tangents are life.
thank you for everyone on,
Yeah.
watching and watching us have fun.
Yeah, thanks for your patience. Hopefully you're able to follow mostly along with our insanity. So anyway. All right, guys, have a good day. Get out there, love some people well, serve your customers, serve your community, and we will catch you next time. Peace out, guys.
Bye, guys.